Thank you to the EA Creator Network for supporting me in the creation of this video. Hello everyone. Welcome on into The Sims 4. I'm Velvet. Thanks for joining me today for a look at the brand new Prairie Dreams Kit released in The Sims 4. And it's all about embracing the prairie life. This is a cast kit, so we're going to be looking and creating a couple of Sims to wear this stuff, because I thought it would be fun. What's in this pack? Let's mix charming prairie fashion and vintage pieces with the Sims 4 Prairie Dreams Kit. From rustic to elegant, these looks bring the romance of countryside to wherever your Sims live. This kit is all about mixing rustic and vintage fashion for a timeless aesthetic. With pieces like the short overalls, leather boots, daisy jewellery, and lace-trimmed dresses, the soft and dreamy vibes of prairie life can be part of any Sims story. Created by Miko. Kit features: embrace the prairie life, send your Sims outdoors with rustic outfits that balance practicality and charm. Dress for work in the garden in short overalls, check pattern fabrics, and leather boots. Style your Sims for timeless romance, whether it's a romantic date or a carefree afternoon under the sun. Celebrate love and leisure with vintage outfits, floral patterns, and dreamy details. Introducing our Sims for today's viewing of the new pack. It's Annabeth Duff and her brother Orion Dove. So hi Orion, hi Annabeth. Let's get started on trying out our new colours. So with this pack we have got a brand new hat, and this is a feminine and masculine, this hat, so it's a unisex hat, and it looks like I think it looks very kind of like boaty, like a hat you would wear when you go boating. That's what it's very reminiscent of for me. Just a hat that you go boating with. I think that it's one of those hats that actually will look quite good between both feminine and masculine Sims. So it's going to be quite user friendly. I think it's a fairly good fit as well. Like, it doesn't look too huge on the head. I'd probably like it to sit like a little bit lower, but it's not too bad. Not too bad, right? I think I'd probably want to put that onto our hot weather wear. So I'm going to put that on there for that. Now, our next thing that we have for this is our Prairie Dreams earrings and jewellery. So we've got a couple of necklaces and earrings. So we've got like a little daisy earring, and that is super cute. What do we got in the way of colours? Okay, it looks like a really good range of colours there as well, which is nice. I really like that. It's just a really cute stud earring that you can use in all sorts of, I guess, outfit types, which is nice. And we don't have any glasses, but we do have some necklaces. So this is the first one here, which is a little match for our stud earrings here with the daisy on it. Super cute. And it looks like pretty good in terms of matching the colours as well that we got with the earrings. So that's nice. And then our second necklace is a little choker necklace actually, and it's laced with a little pearl. That's really sweet too. We didn't take a look at the back of this one. I think it's pretty plain. And yeah, the lace there. There is like a little feature of lace throughout this pack, I believe. So having a lace little choker with a pearl is something that I believe will probably work nicely with a lot of the items. And the colours. Okay. Alright, good range there. That's kind of sweet. I'm going to go with my daisy so it matches my earrings. And maybe we could have like the choker perhaps like in a formal setting, and maybe in a party as well, maybe in a different colour. Blue for party, and then hot weather maybe we can do our daisy chain running there and our earrings in the pink. Let's add in our earrings here and the blue there. The blues are a little different, aren't they, with the lace? Okay. And then nothing else there, so then we move into makeup. And we actually have got a little makeup for Prairie Dreams, which is some cute little flowers around the eyes. I don't really get this, if I'm being honest. As an asset, I would probably prefer other things. I wouldn't find this makeup particularly useful. It's kind of cute, and there might be ways to use that effectively, like a little flower child, or you know, a flower loving lady, gentleman. I don't know, but it's probably not something that I would personally use all that much, or if at all. So I mean, for me, I would rather have a different asset rather than a little bit of makeup like that. That's just my personal preference. But I'll be curious if anybody else out there just thinks that's super cute and would love to have it in there on their Sims. But I'm going to put that on our party wear because I think, you know, maybe that's a cute little party thing. Yeah, I don't get that one, but it's fun. I don't have to get it all. Okay, so let's have a look at our gentleman, Mr. Orion. There were no new hairstyles or beards or anything like that. But, again, it's a unisex hat. So we have that going on there. So it suits him quite nicely. Like, I think this is a really good unisex hat. It really does suit both feminine and masculine Sims there. But yeah, again, I just feel like it maybe could sit a little lower and it'll be a little high up there. But, you know, hats are hard, I think, in the Sims 4. Maybe we'll go with like about a white with him. Try white. And for the masculine Sims, there is no jewellery. The makeup itself is also unisex. I'm probably not going to put that on him if I'm going to be honest. He doesn't need it. He's all good. He's a handsome fella without makeup. He's fine. So yeah, unisex hat. We've got some jewellery for the females and unisex makeup as well. And no jewellery for the men. So let's take a look at the outfits. Let's start with a lovely Annabeth and see what she's going to get in the separates. So let's start with our top. I don't think we have a styled look. Let's just double check. No styled looks. Okay, so top-wise, we have our cute little cardigan. I think this is absolutely adorable. It's very cute and cozy. And I love the little flowers running down there. I don't like the buttons. I don't think they've been done particularly well. This one, like this button's super warped and it's just like there's no dimension to those buttons. I would have loved there to be like a little bit of dimension with them. And just to make them feel like a little bit more realistic. But other than that, I think that's a super cute little top. I would absolutely use that on my Sims. I've got that in a few different colours there. I think the range of colours is actually quite nice in this, so I like that. Then we have a little crop top here. It's got kind of like your puffy, sort of whimsical, soft, romantic kind of sleeves. So I think that's a nice cut. It looks really nice on her. It's a nice fit. And I think that's going to look really nice with a variety of different like skirts and, you know, skirts and jeans and things like that. I think you could really get away with that really easily. It's very pretty. And there's a couple of plain swatches as well, which is nice. And then we have the, it's like a little corset, right? I feel like through the early 2000s, this was very much a fashion trend. I remember on Buffy in going back in time. I remember on Buffy in season, I'm gonna say 6. Like Willow and Tara were wearing like long skirts and like the corsets and that sort of thing. So I feel like, you know, that early 2000s fashion, that's kind of like a lean into that, which is pretty neat. I actually really like this. I think it's a really nice top. I think you could probably do like quite a lot with it. You could make it more formal. You could like go like maybe a gothic route with it as well if you wanted to. So I think that's very useful. You could go like wedding gown as well. So like have a top and skirt separate. You could go wedding-ish with it, which is cool. And then we have our bottoms. So what have we got? Okay, we've got some 3/4 pants. Now these 3/4 pants very much remind me of like the 50s and the 60s. You know, you're watching Happy Days, you're watching Grease, you're watching Mad Men, and you see some of the females wearing these 3/4 pants or this style, and oh my gosh, they are cute. I love them. Like the little frill along the bottom, the fact that they're checked is just gorgeous. I like the little lines coming around there. It just feels like a little, you know, a little bit of realism there, which I like. And oh, look at the colors. Oh my! Oh, and there's some plains as well. Nice. And some more checks as well. This is kind of like a really nice summer outfit, right? Like a really nice hot weather outfit. I feel like that would be super cute for that. I can't even choose which color I like best, but I think maybe we'll put that on our hot weather sim. And then we have a pair of full length pants, and like this feels like a decade later. Like this feels a little bit like we're in the 70s. We're getting the flares, bell bottoms, you know, that sort of thing. High waist. Yeah, I definitely feel like that's a little bit more sort of 70s leaning in style. It's kind of like a tour through some different decades, this pack. It really is. A lot of, you know, a lot of lovely colors there. And then we have a long line skirt, and this feels a lot, you know, a lot more traditional, sort of old school. I feel like the buttons down here have been done a little bit better. I like the frill along the bottom. The cut's really nice. So I think that's a really nice long skirt. It's always nice to have like a long skirt option in the game as well, because if you want to go for like a little bit more of a casual formal look, you can do that, or even like for party wear or cold weather wear, it would work really nicely too. Right, let's check out the full body. So we have a cute little romper right here. I love it. I love it. I love it. The lace sort of scalloped lace edging on the sleeves and the bottom of the shorts, and really cute little cinched in body, and also the buttons are a bit better than what we've seen in the other instances of buttons. It looks a little bit more three-dimensional rather than two-dimensional, so I appreciate that. So let's have a look at the colours. We've got a dark blue, green, pink, yellow. Oh, we've got plain as well. Nice. And then a sweet little checkered one as well in the red. I love that. And then we have this beautiful dress. Oh my gosh, I love like the little lopsided bow. I think that's really sweet. It's a really nice design, a pretty bit of lace around the edges, a nice sort of bell sleeve, little poofy buff bell sort of shaped sleeve-ish. And I think you could use that for like country formal. You could use that for country wear if you're going like for a bit of a rustic gameplay. So I think that's really sweet. And there are some plain swatches as well, which is nice. That's cute. I mean, you could even use like something like that for like a, you know, a simple wedding gown. It's really nice. And there's actually a second dress. I was not expecting a second dress. I like the little bodice here. I think that's really sweet. A sweetheart neckline. There's some really nice detailing on the bodice there as well. And again, the buttons aren't too bad on that one. And a really nice skirt to it. Oh, and a sweet little bow. Again, just like a little lopsided bow. So it just feels like a little bit more of a natural tie. And I think that's very cute. What colours did we get? See, again, I think you could use that as like a cute little wedding gown as well if you wanted to. It's very sweet. I think you could probably get away with this one across quite a few different periods. Right. So then that takes us to our accessories. So we got one pair of leggings and two pairs of socks. So here are the leggings here. They're pretty. I like them. I don't know how they're staying up, but I like them. Lovely lace, and that works with the other lace work that we've got on, you know, different items throughout this kit. And I feel like, you know, this is something that you could use these leggings as a sweet look, and I think you could probably use these leggings as a saucy look. So whatever direction you want to go with them, I think you could be sweet or spicy with those. Then we have a short lace sock. It's kind of got like a rib through it and a little bit of lace up there. The rib look is interesting. And then that is in a variety of colours. I think the same colours as we got with the longer one. And sorry, with the stockings. And then we've got the longer version right here. Same again. So it's got a rib through it and a little bit of lace up the top. And a bit of a longer sock too. Not too shabby. And I think the same colours again running through there. Love it. And then our last item, I believe, is the shoes. I mean, that looks super cute with that outfit. I mean, you can do the white socks and then that would match the white trim. Let's do that. Right, and then we've got the boots here. So I believe the shoes, I'll just double check this, but I think they're unisex. Let's just have a wee look at Orion. Right, we're going to put some shoes on. Yep. So they're the same as the masculine ones there. So they are unisex shoes, but I feel like that makes sense. I feel like you could get away with these with both masculine and feminine Sims. I would have loved like some cute little period heels that would have been just the bee's knees, but you know what, we'll just work with what we've got. And that is it for our feminine looks. So let's just add in cute little formal gown there, athletic wear. Let's go little cardi and I think her 3/4 shorts. I should probably put some shoes on her, shouldn't I? Whoopsies. Sleepwear. Oh, this counts as sleepwear. Interesting. Okay. Party wear. Let's go with the other dress. Oh, what about oh no, we've got the blue necklace, so let's go with blue for that. And we'll use the blue shoes. Swimwear. Obviously, we don't have any of that in this pack. I'm just going to go with that from Life and Death, and then hot weather wear. Why don't we go with the cute little bodice there in the red, and some bootsies, and maybe some socksies. And then cold weather wear. What do we want to do for that? I think I might want to go, I mean, it's not going to be particularly cold weather, but let's go. Oh, we haven't used that one. But I think the little cardi is going to have like the most cold weather, right? And we'll pair that with the long skirt and her booties. Man, so many cute outfits. Okay, let's take a look at the masculine wear. So Orion, we have a shirt for you. Look at this. This feels very 70s. And interesting bottom of it, but I think they should tuck well with pants, and like, you know, there's like some work there done in the way that the shirt folds, which is really nice. So let's take a look at the colors. Nice. I think you can really get away with this with different periods as well. It's an interesting shirt. I like it. I think it works. Then we have like a little wife beater shirt. Oh, so the wife beater shirt here has the same rib as the socks for the feminine sim, so that makes sense. Tells a little story running through there. Oh, let's have a look at the back of it. Just a classic tight. Oh, look, the wrinkles and stuff on it. Classic tight undershirt, really, isn't it? So, you know, maybe they're hot and sweaty and they take off their shirt and then they're left with the undershirt underneath. I feel like that's something that would make sense. And then we have the suspenders and shirt. That's kind of weird if you're just using it as top. Obviously, you're going to be wearing a bottom with it anyway, but looks a little weird on its own, doesn't it? But yeah, this is sort of the old style suspenders shirt, working man kind of outfit. And oh yeah, so quite interesting. We've got some contrast suspenders and stuff in there, which is quite neat. Okay, and then we're going to pair that with one bottom. So we've got one bottom with this, and that obviously works perfectly with the suspenders there. It's quite short, but it's a nice way of showing off the boots on the bottom. And yeah, there's a decent cut. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it looks nice. Works really well with the suspender top that we have. I think it'll probably end up working really well with all the tops, actually, looking at that. Oh, see, that's quite nice. Like, that could be like a cute little party wear outfit, right? And then that one, it's very suave, to be honest, with the hat. You know what? That works with all the tops. I'm happy with that. So we've got 3 tops, 1 bottom, and we have got 3 full bodies. I love this not so much. It feels like a little too baggy through here and through here for me. I probably would have liked it a teeny bit more form-fitting, although I know overalls do tend towards being a little bit baggier. I do like sort of the imperfections of the, you know, the straps. That makes sense because it's never going to sort of sit there perfectly. The neck, I don't know about the neck. I think that's a little bit too, should have been rounder, less angular. They're okay. I don't love them. I would probably like to see this on kids. Yeah, I'd quite like to see this on kids, actually. I think this would be a really cute kids outfit. It's just a shame that we didn't actually get any kids options for this kit, because I think something like that would look really cool on like your younger kids. And then we have, oh, did we look at the colours? Yeah, different colours running through. I think it's a decent mix of colours there. I think they're probably going to be usable. I just don't love them. Might be something that grows on me. And then we have just a plain sort of tucked in t-shirt with belted shorts. this feels like quite preppy, summering in the bay kind of vibes, you know? It's very much what that kind of reminds me of. It feels like a little wealthy, you know. That's my take on it. And we've got a few different colors. Again, they're just done really well with creating like the creases through the clothes, just to create that realistic, you know, aspect of wearing clothes where things just don't hang and drape perfectly, because they certainly don't on me. And yeah, that's a cute little combo. I think, you know, that would look nice on the right kind of sim in terms of being, you know, a little bit wealthier, maybe a little bit preppier, that sort of thing. Or historically, maybe there's a different version of that, but, you know, I feel like they holiday on the coast and they play golf. That's my vibe I'm getting from it. And then we have our last full body outfit, which is this one here. You know, if you had this in blue and white, this would genuinely look like maybe a 1920s sailor. This is what this reminds me of, like a 1920s sailor or somebody who's about to start tap dancing. Like, it's got a cool vibe about it. I'm not saying I don't like it, because I do like it actually. I think it's really cool. It's like really funky. Or the other thing it reminds me of is like West Side Story, and like the gangs are kind of clicking their fingers and walking up to each other. You know, they've kind of got that vibe going on. There's definitely a vibe going on, and I think this is actually going to be quite a fun outfit to work with, because I think you can go in quite a few different directions with it. It's definitely feels a very old school, you know, sort of early 20th century to me. But I think it's kind of suave. I like it. I think that we could probably let me go to the pink actually. I could see this as a, you know, a little bit of formal wear right there. Okay, so that leaves us to accessories. We didn't have anything for men, very sadly. No socks, no leggings, no jewellery. So then that leaves us to the shoes, which we already know are unisex, and we have them there already in a variety of different colours. So that leaves us with that being all that we are going to be looking at today, I think. So I'm just going to finish making over my sim, and we are done looking at this pack. I want to say a big thank you to you all for watching me today, hanging out today, and just checking out the new pack. I always love checking out a new pack. I'm very curious. That's who I am. So I'm always fascinated to see what particularly the creator kits as well, what they kind of look like, and what they sort of bringing a little bit of CC to the game, because I don't play with CC. So I really do love it when I get the opportunity to, you know, to play around with a CC creator's work within the framework of the actual game. So, you know, that's something that I always appreciate. I love the fact that they've brought CC creators into, you know, into the network, and because I feel like they're well deserving of being officially, you know, in the game. So, you know, it makes me very happy. I think maybe we'll go for like suspenders for this one, maybe in the green. And I know it's not particularly great hot weather wear, but you know what? I'm just making it look good. Well, making some choices anyway about Prairie Dreams. No, actually, it feels a little too hot. Let's go. Oh, the shorts. Okay, obviously. Duh. Yes. All right. Perfect. The shorts. That's what we want. Oh, and we need our hat on for hot weather wear as well. There we go. Hot weather wear, swimwear, party wear, slipwear, athletic. Okay, athletic we might change to shorts. Oh, what if we did this for athletic wear? T-shirt and shorts. Yeah, I feel like that could work. And that's our formal. Yeah, that's our everyday. So he's an athletic kind of guy. And then cold weather, I reckon we could go with the suspenders and pants. There we are. We did the best we can with the packs we had, or with the options we had. Not too shabby. Well, thank you everyone. Thanks for watching. I'm just going to go through a little tour of how the outfits came out, and I will catch you next time around.